The European Union views the Iran deal as a triumph of EU and global diplomacy, and its foreign policy chief underlined the bloc's support Monday.
The Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, the culmination of 12 years of diplomacy facilitated by the European Union, is a key element of the nuclear non-proliferation global architecture and crucial for the security of the region.
Mogherini is due to travel to Washington in early November to try to persuade lawmakers to keep the deal. But President Trump reiterated Monday his threat to fully withdraw from the agreement, claiming that Iran has committed violations and continues to pose a grave security threat.
They're great negotiators. They negotiated a phenomenal deal for themselves, but a horrible deal for the United States. And we're going to see what happens.
Trump has refused to certify the deal, leaving it to Congress to decide the next step. Should the US seek to impose additional sanctions on Iran, Europe does have options to respond, says analyst Paulina Izevich.
One of those tools is blocking legislation that effectively bans European persons and entities from abiding by US secondary sanctions.
But those tools are as yet untested.
And ultimately, I think it will come down to whether Iran considers the economic benefits to be sufficient for it to keep its end of the bargain.
Germany's foreign minister has warned that Washington risks driving Europe into a common position with Russia and China against the US, especially since Moscow and Beijing have made it clear they have no desire to reopen negotiations with Iran,
which is a strategic partner of China, particularly in terms of energy supply.
Beijing fears the repercussions of a US withdrawal on its own backyard, with North Korea on the brink of developing nuclear bombs.
How can the Chinese reassure the North Koreans that doing a deal with the Americans would be worth the paper it will be printed on?
US lawmakers have 60 days to decide whether to reimpose the sanctions suspended under the deal or keep the agreement in place. Congress could also seek to put additional conditions on Tehran, such as demanding that it halt ballistic missile testing, a move Iran has already ruled out. Henry Ridgwell for VOA News, London.